We live?
Yep.
So I'd like to introduce our first guest today. Today with us is the well-renowned, world-famous, Nobel Peace Prize winning Smudge. Smudge, welcome to the live stream. Now, you've been on this show quite a few times, but you've never been an active participant like you are right now. What would you say is the thing you've wanted to do most since coming on Kitetails and Flex Friday Night Live?
I don't know if that's you.
Speaking of the mic, if you can, Smudge. Well, I appreciate your insight there. I don't know if our audience can hear you, but Smudge said his favorite thing is hiding and being found by the audience. Now, Smudge, in the chat, we got Emerald Oracle, Private Pile, and I'm assuming numerous others. Who of those is your favorite? Oh, hello, Kitetails.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you have to fix the thing to make it less bright?
Yeah, I'll do that in a second.
Okay. Hi guys. Sorry we started a little late. He has work. So work comes first.
I have work. You know, I work for a company, and I'm just going to say this. I don't care if they watch the stream or not, because this is their fault. They've given me every other Friday. So it's not the best thing in the world. Every other Friday is supposed to be a half day for me.
Right.
I have celebrated that once since the 4 months they have launched that.
It's
so
unreal.
yeah, half days they ain't happening.
The half day was
Send
a
that
lie.
up to corporate.
Much like the cake. Oh, Just Askin says, I want that dog.
Well, you
this
can't
is,
have
this
him.
is Smudge. I know, he seems like a Build-A-Bear. He's very, very docile. Duncan says, it's like that poor man has contracted work like a cold. Yeah, exactly. See, in my opinion, this is so dark. I'm like squinting to see. It's like
All right.
reading in the dark. Oh, thank you. Pal says, nice dress.
Mademoiselle.
Thank you.
Just a moment.
I wanted to do my hair, but I said, forget it. This is my hair. I'm sick of pretending it's something like I have to, I have to curl or I have to do this or this. This is Smudge's toy, by the way, for Halloween spirit. It's a little werewolf. And I thought it looked like him. So they're both kind of shaggy. All right, there you go, Smudge. Oh my gosh, he almost tripped and dragged this thing down.
Is this better?
Holy smokes.
I didn't turn the OLED light on because that's what illuminates us.
I guess so.
Are you still
I
squinting?
mean, it's like a little over, isn't it? I should bring it over. Do you see what I mean? How it's like...
Well, yeah, it's definitely, you're showing the chair. No one's ever seen that chair before.
I should bring it.
Yet here we are showing the no, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just rotated it.
What are you talking about? Like this, right? Isn't that better?
Yeah, it should be. Also, it's super crooked. You know what we need is a phone holder that has a level built into it.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. Is that better?
It looks better, but I won't know for a few seconds until it's fully adjusted on the screen.
Okay, well, I think it looks okay. Now that's more even. It's not so lopsided.
You've
Oh,
gone the
yeah.
other direction. I'll get it.
Yeah, the coffee table and the chair. Okay, anyway, sorry for the late. I know it's like late and there now time is dedicated to making sure it looks nice. Man says shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Bishop says, you know what you need? A living room that's built on an angle. Look, the living room is fine. It's just the setup with the camera that's weird. Okay, let's go ahead and just move on to what we have to talk about because I scheduled a game night in like 30 minutes.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
What's the problem?
We going to know just the order? Spotted lanternflies.
Okay, yeah, Spotted Lanternfly.
What the F?
So Duffman posted an article a couple weeks ago about this invasive species of bug from China called the Spotted Lanternfly. And it is this red bug. It has like spots on it. It looks like a big paper lantern bug. I don't know how to explain it. But they're incredibly, incredibly horrendous and damaging.
How horrendous?
Like millions of dollars of damage to plants.
Oh, they eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just destroy the plants.
Like locusts.
So up north, if you see them, if you live up, oh my gosh, Drew Rogers has killed about 500 last year. And I was about to brag on Twim in the Discord who had killed like 2. Drew, that's fantastic. You ought to be,
Celebrated as a great
you ought
hunter.
to be celebrated. Yes, we're going to call you Drew Rogers Nimrod,
That's a good
the
thing.
great hunter. Nimrod is a great hunter. Also, I know it's advocating the killing of, I know what, she's...
Luna,
Can
baby.
you guys hear Luna chewing?
Yes, everyone can hear.
So if you live up north and you see this bug, kill it, because their authorities are asking you to kill on site. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't tell them to go somewhere else. You can't say, hey, why don't you guys just go down back to China? You can't say that. So invasive species are awful. And we have a ton of invasive species in Florida.
We have a ton.
Also, I forgot I didn't block my parents on my phone, so the stream might pause.
Oh, there's a human being in the world that gets more calls from their parents than Kite Tails does. I haven't talked to my parents in like a month.
My parents call me every day. And that's normal for me.
I literally haven't like texted, talked to, received a cell phone bill, mom and dad, for anything.
Wow.
In like over a month.
Incroyable.
It's incroyable
Okay,
indeed.
so that is Spotted Lanternflies. Duncan says a modern day Nimrod. Yeah, Drew is a modern day Nimrod. 500. I mean, that's impressive.
Yes.
So that's bad news.
I had to kill locust back in my landscaping days.
You just have to kill them.
If we didn't, you'd come back there'd be like 5 on the plants, and then if you didn't kill them, the next day there'd be 20, and then there'd be like it would just be untenable.
Invasive species are terrible. Okay, moving on.
Right along, footloose and fancy free, we played the game Pulsar.
Yes, Pulsar. So there's this game on Steam called Pulsar, which is like I don't want to say a Star Trek simulator because it's not Star Trek.
It is. It is.
You have 5 people. There's like an engineer, a weapons specialist, a pilot, a captain, and a scientist. And I'm obviously the weapons engineer.
I'm obviously the pilot.
Because I want it to be Worf.
Because I pilot things.
Duncan says it's really Star Trek. It is. I like that though. It's really fun.
You warp in and out of galaxies.
Yeah.
When you warp in, there might be a thing on the monitor like, hey, Earthling, we want your fuel. Give it to us.
Yes.
And then our captain's like, what if we're not going to give it to you?
Yes.
And then they're like, open fire.
We have a British captain.
Yes, we do.
So it changes the way the game is.
Yes, it makes it very formal and official.
No, I love it. We had such a good time playing it. Bishop says, Pulsar, huh? I should try it. I'm sorry, but there's only 5 people and we have a crew of 5.
What a tragedy.
So, I'm sorry. I kind of missed your opportunity. Yeah, sorry.
Whoops. Bishop, you and I can play. No, we can't.
Diablo?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
What's
go.
next on the list?
Diablo 2.
Diablo 2 remastered.
Is out.
Yes.
And someone's gonna be like, oh, you support Blizzard? No. I support Vicarious Visions, which is a company that I absolutely adore. And in all of the lawsuits, everything is mentioned. They've been around for over 10 years, and I've bought many of their games, even back in the Game Boy Advance days. There's been no mention of them. So I'm supporting Vicarious Visions.
Not Blizzard.
Not Blizzard. So I got Diablo 2, which, in my opinion, is still the best looter game.
Diablos.
Well, just looter game, period. Like Borderlands, Destiny, Division, all of these games have come after, and they are nowhere near as good as Diablo 2. That game it's kind of like Super Mario Bros., where that was like the perfect platformer. Diablo 2 is the perfect action RPG looter game.
Right.
It just is. And the great thing about the remake is it's the same exact game you know and love with a nice coat of paint on it. And it's so nice, you can just peel it off and look at the old version and be like, wow, those were graphics back in the day. But I love that game. Still love that game. Love Vicarious Visions. Blizzard sucks.
Amen.
Amen. That's it.
In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Okay.
Vicarious Visions.
Speaking of Mario, let's go ahead and just get to this live-action Mario movie.
Sure. So there was also there was the Nintendo Direct yesterday that I missed. But that's like the best Nintendo Direct they've done in ages.
Yeah.
Literally, like I was looking at the follow-up and I thought it was a fan list.
Right.
of what fans want to see at the
Wow.
Nintendo Direct, not the actual thing. That's how good it was for me.
Impressive.
Yeah, like they had Bayonetta 3, and that game looks awesome. They're not the same voice actors who played Bayonetta, but I think that's intentional. I think it's a different character who looks like
Yeah.
Bayonetta, and she has the same hairstyle, so it makes sense. Spoilers, Bayonetta 2.
Got it.
Great game. There's a Castlevania Advanced Collection. Everyone knows the best Castlevania games were Symphony of the Night and the Game Boy Advance games that came afterwards. It's out. It's just out right now.
Wow.
And then they had a whole bunch of other cool announcements, like Kirby is doing a Last of Us game. Yoko Taro's got a card game. They're bringing back Chocobo Racing. Everyone loves Chocobo Racing.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone loves Chocobo Racing.
And they're making a Mario movie.
Yes, the Mario movie. That's what we have to get to. Let's read off the cast of the Mario movie. If you can pull up.
Oh,
cast-
Ninjaland also said
Mario
ActRaiser.
movie.
ActRaiser. That's a really cool. Have you ever
ActRaiser.
played ActRaiser?
No.
It's a really cool game. It's like it's a weird hybrid of RPG and town builder on the
Yeah.
SNES.
Sounds interesting.
I really enjoyed it. I never beat it.
Interesting.
Maybe now's the
Okay,
time.
we're going to read the Mario list
Okay.
because I can't remember everybody.
Mario
Mario
cast
cast.
list.
Tiara says F. F for the Mario movie.
All actors in the Mario animated movie full cast list.
Okay, let's go.
22 hours ago.
Chris Pratt
Chris
is Mario.
Pratt as Mario.
Horrible
Hollywood
casting.
Poison. We've said it here
Hollywood Poison.
numerous times.
Horrible.
No one in this stream likes Chris
Awful.
Pratt. No one.
I cannot get over that. Next.
Next, Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach.
Yes.
It's a voice. I can see it.
I can see
I
that.
could definitely see
I
that.
like her too. I think she's a good actress. Moving on.
Charlie Day as Luigi.
Disgusting.
Wonderful.
Horrible.
Excellent.
Don't like it.
Love it.
Moving on.
Want some more of it.
Oh my gosh, Tiara says Anna Taylor-Joy should be a Goomba. Poor Anna Taylor-Joy. I like her.
She's really good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen her in a single movie that I didn't
I
like.
know, I like her. She was really, really good in Queen's Gambit too.
And in
I loved her.
The Witch.
Queen's Gambit.
And
Yes.
Glass.
Yeah. Okay, moving
Moving on. Charlie Day as Luigi.
Awful.
Great.
Moving on.
Wonderful. Jack Black.
First of all, Luigi is like scared. He's in Mario's shadow. And out of Charlie Day and Chris Pratt,
I think you just
Charlie Day
scared
is
in
much
Mario's
better.
shadow describes Charlie Day perfectly. In just anything Charlie Day's in.
I don't think
He is
so.
scared and in the shadow
I don't think
of
so.
everything, including the rats.
Bishop says, gee, Chris Pratt, I sure hope you don't use your wholesome charm to make this another $1 billion success. What are you talking about? Where's the wholesome charm? There's nothing wholesome.
It's because
about
he's a poser Christian who
I
likes to
don't
act
like
like
this. I
he's
do not
you know
like
higher than thou.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt. I'm sorry.
Before we move on, Chris Pratt is like that friend you had in middle school who was like your best friend, but they had health issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And they weren't the most put together, but you loved them. They were a good friend. And then they get to high school and they grew out of their health issues, and suddenly you're not your friend anymore.
What are you saying? Because he used to be fat and out of shape
And fun and lovable.
then he got in shape and it went to his head.
Suddenly
okay, here's an example. Henry Cavill used to be fat.
Yes.
Okay, in school he said kids called him Fat Cavill. Poor Henry Cavill.
Poor Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill was fat. He grew up. He became super in shape, super handsome, and he's so humble about it.
James Flack says $5. I'm just calling it out.
Oh,
I didn't
thanks,
want it to
James
go by.
Black. How are you, buddy? So I really don't like Chris Pratt. Okay.
Duffman asks, "Oh, is this the Jonah Hill loses weight problem?" No. In fact, I think most
I like
times,
Jonah Hill.
yeah, most times
Why
in
is
Hollywood,
Jonah Hill
when
Mario?
people have gotten fit,
Yeah.
they have become better for it.
Right.
And Jonah Hill, I mean, if you look at Jonah Hill's early career, he was doing a lot of not Kevin Feige, the other guy, Judd Apatow
Yeah.
movies. You know, he's doing like the collegiate trash comedy. And then look at him now.
Yeah.
Homeboy's in just like solid gold hits of movies.
Right.
And even movies that are like, remember that War Dogs movie? Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
the best movie ever, but he's phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
He is a tremendously good actor.
Jonah Hill should have been Mario.
Jonah Hill for Mario. How do we start this right now?
Jonah Hill should have been Mario.
Could you imagine
He was
Jonah Hill and
rough.
Charlie Day as
Yes.
Mario and Luigi? Yes.
So much better.
That's a pairing.
I would be excited.
See, that's the thing. Mario has a little bit of a tummy.
Yeah, he does.
Mario, he's a
And
little
Chris
chubby
Pratt
Italian
doesn't.
plumber.
Okay,
Chris Pratt's not Italian.
we should-
Firstly, this is cultural appropriation. I'm saying it right here, right
Charlie
now.
Day's not Italian.
I don't care. Get on Twitter.
What kind of last name, Italian name
He
is
lives
Day?
in Philadelphia, so at least he's close. Chris Pratt is not
I don't
Italian.
think so.
We need to go on Twitter right now and start a cancel Chris Pratt campaign.
I don't
Because he's
think so.
appropriating Italian roles that could belong to Italian actors.
No way.
Yes.
Mario in itself is an Italian stereotype. Moving on, there's more
I
to
could
the
play
list.
Mario.
There's more to the
Me
list.
for
Okay,
Mario.
we need to finish
Okay.
this list.
Okay. Who's playing Bowser?
Jack Black. I love
We love
Jack
it.
Black. I don't love him as Bowser.
No, I don't
Oh
either.
my god.
I mean, honestly,
that's not even
why not-
remotely close to the right kind of.
why not
voice.
like Clancy Brown?
Yes, why not Mr. Krabs?
Yeah, that'd be great. He'd be like,
my God.
"Oh, Mario, I'm gonna make you work at the Krusty Krab."
Oh, I don't think
That's
so.
a bad. Jack Black is bad. Jack Black would have been a better Mario, to be honest. Just saying. Literally,
Yeah,
okay.
he would have.
That's terrible.
Tierra says Jack Black needs to go in the bin. As Bowser, yes, I'm not okay with this.
Jack Black's one of my favorite
Is
human
that it?
beings. No, there's more.
Holy cow.
There's more.
Let's
Who plays
continue.
Toad?
I have no idea. Who?
Take a guess. Take the wildest.
Martin Short.
I mean, that would be better than who they picked. It's Keegan Michael Key.
What?
That seems wrong.
How?
That seems really wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that he's Toad.
Why is he Toad?
First black character or first black actor in the movie is
Is
playing
Toad.
Toad. Just saying, Chris Pratt's not an Italian,
Oh
and
my
we've
gosh,
delegated the
wait,
black
let's
person
read
to
this.
play Toad.
James Black says, love the fan, merci, but bring back the pants with the tent in them. Oh, Henry's Full House, 1952.
There you go. What more do you need?
Listen, I liked those linen pants, okay? But I was pressured into changing them. So sexist. Okay, continue.
Okay, so who plays Donkey Kong?
I have no idea.
Actually, this one's pretty good. I like this.
Who?
Seth Rogen.
Okay.
He's kind of got that.
Okay, but he does not have the voice.
Yeah, he does. I think he
No.
does. He'd be like, I'm Donkey Kong. I'm Seth
I don't
Rogen.
think so.
Hey.
I don't think so. Okay,
Moving on. Who plays Comic?
I don't know who Comic is.
Comic is the wizard.
Oh yeah,
What do you
that guy.
know?
Comic. I don't know.
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Don't know who that is.
Actually, I do know who it is, but I can't place the face. Yeah, I guess that kind of
Should
works.
be Michael Douglas.
Ooh.
I'm going to make my own cast edit for
Ooh.
Mario.
Michael Douglas is Comic.
It's here says it sounds more like Pineapple Express than a Mario film.
It does.
It really does. Yeah.
It does.
Oh my gosh. Wait, Michael Cera? Michael Cera should play Comic? Is that what you're saying, Andrew? Because I agree with that. Oh my gosh. Andrew says Bryan Cranston for Bowser. These are so much better options.
They are.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy how they could have literally picked anyone else and it would have been a better pick than
Yeah.
some of the picks they've made.
I know.
Okay, so who's playing Cranky Kong? Actually, I really like this one. I love this one. This is the first one that I'm like, yes.
Who's playing Cranky Kong? An old guy.
No.
Brendan Fraser.
No, but I
Matt
feel like,
Damon.
No.
Who?
Fred Armisen.
Okay, don't like.
You could see Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong on his little cane, rocking back and forth.
This is going to be so bad. This is going to be terrible.
Show in Portland.
This is going to be awful. Okay, Duffman says if Shigeru Miyamoto approves it, then it's okay. I think he's innocent.
Listen,
I think he's ignorant of how terrible this casting is.
having gone through a casting experience for work, that's not how casting works. Shigeru Miyamoto probably saw the list after it was finalized,
that's true.
stamped for approval, and they're like,
There was-
too bad, we used a
Unless-
casting agency,
did
this is
it
unionized.
say he specifically handpicked everybody, because that would be totally different.
It did not, and that wouldn't work anyway.
Yeah.
It's just not how roles work. You can't, I want these. It's
Right.
all done through unions. There's casting agencies,
there's
agreements,
contracts.
contracts.
Ninja Land says they chose names over fit. Duffman says he seemed happy about it. No,
Let me
Duffman,
tell ya.
I'll tell you what it is. It is that GIF of the reporter asking the little boy, "Are you happy to be at school?" And he says yes, and he immediately starts crying.
Yes.
Someone find the GIF and post it. You know what I'm talking about. This cute little boy, he's laughing nervously. He breaks down into tears. That is what Miyamoto is doing after now seeing this cast.
I'm going to shatter another reality for our viewers. So Bishop asked the question, what would you do if Chris Pratt was his dream choice for Mario? Let me tell you another thing about high-level executives in companies. They are puppets. They don't think for themselves. In fact, I think you'd find very few CEOs, C-levels executives out there that actually speak their own thoughts. Most of them are told what to say and how to act at most times, because if they acted themselves, you wouldn't like them. So we are tricked by consumer capitalism to see these people and be like, oh, they're heroes. I want to be like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, when actually the marketing department is secretly writing everything they say and do behind the scenes. So don't believe that either.
Everything is a lie.
Just a safe bet.
Much like the cake.
Much like the cake, which is how you find the gamers in the room. That's the Mario movie.
Okay.
I think the original movie had a better cast.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
There we go. I also saw it was being made by the Illumination group, the people who did Minions and The Grinch. So
terrible.
It's gonna suck.
Awful.
Yeah.
Minions is the lowest level humor you could possibly aim for.
Yeah.
Also terrible.
Yeah.
Andrew says, just think of DK saying, okay, and you know the voice is right. Okay, but now saying that,
Okay.
Mr. Krabs would make a better DK.
Yeah, but Mr. Krabs would probably do a good job in every single one of these roles.
Yeah, that's true. What is his name? Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
Okay. What's next on the list?
What's next? Kansas City Confidential.
Let's move on. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not in the mood.
Do you think it was weird that it was called Kansas City Confidential and Kansas is in it like for 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird.
Interesting name.
Good movie. You, season 3.
Yeah, okay, so I can talk about this. You is a terrible show that was on Lifetime, and it's about this stalker, and he is obsessed with this woman, and he stalks her to the point of getting her to date him, and so they date, and then he kills her, and then in the season 2, he marries another girl he starts stalking, and she turns out to also be a sociopath.
Of course.
And then they have a baby together. So season 3 is now this big, happy stalker, sociopathic family, and I will hate watch the entirety of this show.
Probably the day it comes out, right?
I don't know if they have all the episodes.
Oh,
It's such a terrible, terrible show. But I just I love it because it's so bad and it's enjoyable about how stupid and insane it is. So that
Why is the show called You?
Because he always says you to the woman he's stalking. It's all narrated. Look at you over there. Look at you with your mocha latte. Look at you. It's
That's weird.
Dumb.
So he's doing the Fight Club thing.
Yeah, exactly. Duncan says they made a stalker baby. Yes, they made a stalker baby. That is where this show is right now. It's terrible. Bishop says season 3 should really have him marrying a woman who messaged him on Twitter. Don't profess your dreams aloud like that, Bishop. Epic Man says, is Ted Lasso any good? Someone recommend it to me.
I would really like to watch it, and I will tell you.
Yes, we'll follow up with that. He'll watch it and he'll give you a, what's it called? Feedback.
The honest take.
Arsenic, hi.
I might start it this week even.
Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, there you go.
There you go. It's my assignment. I'm on the beat.
Noble says he sounds like my thermodynamics lecturer. Who, Penn Bagley and you? It's so terrible.
He looks like a thermodynamics lecturer.
Why does everyone pick on him?
I knew this was gonna.
He's objectively, he's handsome.
Objectively okay.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
I just find it weird how people pick on him. People who are not in a position to criticize others' looks.
You know what it is though? It's because of the fan base for the show.
Yeah.
Who likes that show?
Women.
Right. But look at him. Then look at just anyone else in Hollywood. And you're just like, Henry Cavill. I mean, Vin frickin' Diesel. I mean, you can literally just throw a dart and hit a more attractive male than scrawny little you.
I don't think so.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Steve Buscemi?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that's you season 3.
Bezos grants conservation.
Oh, yes, I wanted to talk about this because we've talked about Bezos here before. Bezos recently went up into space. And he said he had an experience to which he looked down and he said, I heard once you go into space, it changes the way you view the world.
Yes, this has happened with many astronauts.
Right, and he wasn't prepared on how impactful this would be for him. So he said that he wants to pledge $10 billion total towards conservation of the earth.
It's a lot of money.
And going towards working with different indigenous groups and giving grants to companies that are trying to promote conservation and green energy and everything like that. So I just had to say, I'm very proud of Jeff Bezos. I mean, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
$10 billion by 2030. It's by 2030. So.
We've roasted him and his company.
We have
quite a lot on this show.
I have to say,
I will give him props.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the objective thing to do.
I think he's worth 164 billion total.
Duncan says that's just Bezos' testosterone replacement talking. Be nice to him. I'm proud of him, okay? I will say I am totally willing to go to walk back things I've said about people if they've had if they do something promising.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope this is
Yes.
the new Bezos.
I hope
the new
so.
and improved Bezos.
I think one thing he could do, if we're open to him being a good person, is really fix his store.
Yeah.
I know no one cares about the Amazon storefront,
Marketplace is just
but I mean, how much crap is sold on there that is thrown away?
I know.
Because
That's a big
it's just a knockoff.
Well, Arsenic says, I looked into it, how much of a change this was. He's publicly donated $13 billion already before, so he's not bad at all, I guess. Okay, that's good.
We need to send more people into space, is my takeaway.
We need to send, yes, we do. Just send them up there.
If you're going to be president of the United States, you have to go into space.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to see the country you're serving.
Yeah.
Why not?
The world, really.
Yeah.
And it'd help you have a less egocentric view.
Yep.
Duncan says maybe all these elderly world leaders should go on HRT if these are the results we're getting from Bezos. He's not elderly. Bezos isn't elderly.
He's up there. I mean, he's not elderly by any means, but he's
Drew
oldish.
says, God bless you, Jeff. Jeff.
GF.
Arsenic says, can we not destroy the planet to make people realize how to save it? I agree, Arsenic. I totally agree. I don't know why some people have such a... I was volunteering for Greenpeace yesterday. I was making calls to different residents of New York about this Build Back Better Act, and I was trying to encourage them to get their senator to remove some of the tax breaks for these carbon companies and stuff. But it's like, you have regular people who are volunteering to tell other people, hey, do you think you want to try caring? It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jeff Bezos. Oh, Tiara says, were people rude to you? You know what? The first call I got, this guy was like Gabriel, the archangel.
I thought you were talking about another Gabriel.
No, not that Gabriel.
The best Gabriel.
That's a freak. No, I was talking about, I was telling him, and he's like, yo, I love Greenpeace. I love the earth. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love the earth too. He's like, what can I do to help? And so I connected to his center. He's like, you know what? I'm trying to remove carbon. And he was the nicest guy.
That's
and I
awesome.
told him, I said, you know what, Alex, you have made it impossible for me to have another good experience doing this.
Yep.
Like I have the first person I called.
You peaked.
I said, you are the nicest person I'm going to talk to today. So thank you for that. I will say the men were nicer than the women.
That's weird.
The women just shut me down. Yeah, I don't have time for that. All right. Okay.
Living up to their Karen expectation. What can you do?
Okay, that's Jeff Bezos.
That is Jeff Bezos. Good on him.
Yeah.
It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. All right?
All right.
You know the song, It's My Party and I'll cry if I want to. Everyone knows this song. I didn't know until
You'd cry too if it
days
happened to you.
ago that the singer, Leslie Gore, was gay.
Oh.
Totally changes the meaning of that song.
Context. Very
Judy
different.
and Johnny just walk through the door like a queen with her king.
Mm-hmm.
Judy's wearing his ring.
Mm.
She's not upset about Johnny.
upset
no
about
one
Judy.
cares about Johnny.
Johnny
She's
was an
upset
a-hole.
about Judy.
Yeah. That does change things.
Totally
that makes it a
changes
very
it.
sad song.
I know.
Because it's like if she's just mourning over a boy, who cares? The boys are a dime a dozen.
Well, Tiara says she didn't write that song though, did she? It's not the fact that she wrote it. It's the fact that when she's singing, now you know like what are her feelings behind singing this song. Totally changes it. I watched a performance of her. I was like, oh my gosh, it totally changes like everything about
Yeah.
her music. And she said that the music industry at the time was, incredibly homophobic. But she wasn't, she was still very, she said that she did not try to hide the fact that she was gay.
Right.
And so she was married to this jewelry designer for, over 30 years of life. But I thought this was so interesting. I had no idea.
No,
and
I
when
didn't
I hear
either.
that song in my head now,
It's gonna be much sadder.
right.
Yeah.
It's so much sadder because Judy got with Johnny. So that totally changed. That was like a paradigm.
Judy needs to have a conversation with herself.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
Like Judy and Johnny, come on.
Come on. Johnny? Really?
Johnny.
Johnny Chris Pratt over there? No, I don't think so.
So that's Leslie Gore. I thought
That
was
is
really
interesting. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that.
Exactly.
All right.
Bishop says, let's have Henry Cavill call people for Greenpeace and see how the women treat. Oh, please. Yeah. Henry Cavill doing any sort of like humanitarian, philanthropic stuff.
Yes,
would-
please.
Yes. I'm sure the world would be saved overnight.
Yes, probably would actually. Who would not do what the man says? He's Superman. He's legit Superman.
Exactly.
I'll just talk about a movie I watched real quick this
Okay.
week. I watched Jurassic Park 2,
Yeah.
also known as The Lost World Jurassic Park. Don't
Can
know.
you guys hear her
They
chewing?
definitely can.
No one said they can yet.
That's because they're kind. Remember, like no one told us that our volume was bad for like
Well, how's the volume now?
years, and then that one guy came and fixed us.
That's true.
They just won't tell us. They just
they're
won't do
being
it.
polite. Look, Luna's chewing over there, but if you can hear it, just please ignore it. Duffman says, love the aesthetic of that movie.
Yeah, so I rewatched The Lost World because I always remembered liking that movie, and I always remembered everyone hated that movie, just
Right.
like Waterworld, The Last Action Hero, Demolition Man. The list goes on. There are many movies that came out in the '90s people hated that I was like, I don't like these movies. I rewatched it this week. I still like that movie.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the first one, but nothing is. I mean, nothing is Jurassic Park, but
Right.
it's still a really cool movie, and it's almost like a horror take on what the first movie was. And it's the only movie that brought a dinosaur back to the mainland and had a really good dinosaur attack in San Diego scene.
Yeah.
I don't
In
know.
other words, not so bad.
People say Jurassic World is better than the Lost World Jurassic Park. Those people are wrong.
I'm pretty sure someone just said that.
That person is wrong. Whoever you
Yeah,
are,
I didn't know if he said
feel
that.
shame for yourself.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so. I wasn't really into dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
The only dinosaurs I was into was Land Before Time.
Those are good
All
dinosaurs, too.
19 movies. I love those movies.
They're
oh my
good.
gosh. Land Before Time 1 is so sad.
Yeah, I know.
When a little
I've only
Fitzmother
seen the
won't
first
get
two,
up.
with little
I
Chomper.
really want to watch that.
Remember Chomper?
Yeah, Chomper.
Chomper was
no,
cool.
Chomper wasn't until like the second or
That's
the third.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I only saw the one with Chomper.
The first one
the first
was
one.
very serious. It was very serious. It was not. It was cute, but it was very serious.
Do they have an end? Do they actually end?
Yeah, they do.
Is it a meteor?
No,
Oh,
there's no such thing.
that was close.
There's no such thing. Oh, Duffman says, don't read about Littlefoot, specifically the voice actors. Oh, you mean Ducky? Very, very sad. Yeah, I know what happened to her. Poor little thing. It's
That's sad.
so sad.
That's very sad.
Terrible. Ugh.
Yep.
Duncan says, Pachyophaliosaurus.
I think it's Pachycephalosaurus.
I like mine better. Pachyphaliosaurus. Okay, moving on. Tales from the Junland Waste says, I'm the only dinosaur I'm into. And what kind of dinosaur are you, pray tell? Oh, Duncan says 10 points to Flex. 10 points?
10 whole points.
So now I have to get points for something.
You got to. Good luck. Ain't gonna be saying dinosaur names. That much I know.
I can say stuff in French for points.
Let's hear one. Let's hear you say dinosaur in French. Say T-Rex in French.
I can't say dinosaurs in French. I can say things like nobody loves me.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I don't think so. Okay, moving on. Next one.
Little Nightmares 2.
Yeah, I played Little Nightmares 2 today, and that game is so pretty. It looks like a Pixar movie. It's just So it's my kind of level of scare because it's like a stealth game. So you play as this little tiny kid or this little tiny entity, and then you're trying to run away from these big, grotesque, awful looking monsters and hiding in the shadows and things like that. So I really like it. It's totally up my alley for creepiness. It's super, super creepy. It's got a really, really weird world, which I love. I love weird worlds. It's morbid and dark, which I like.
That's all these are just check boxes for you.
And it's cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Morbid, dark, cute, violent, scary. And I like it. And
That's a weird
a
list.
good combination for me.
Yeah.
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 Ninjaland says 10 points to Gryffindor. Oh, Duncan says, Où est mon dinosaure? Where is my dinosaur?
Somebody walked it.
For a while, I wanted to do a point system in the Discord, like split us all up into groups.
Yeah. Then you realized how terrible of an idea that was.
It was fantastic. What are you talking about? We did wizards. We had Schmendrick, Merlin, Gandalf,
Dumbledore.
and no, we replaced Dumbledore with Schmendrick because no one wanted Schmendrick. We had a woman. I think it was Glinda, but I can't really remember. Tiara says, I watched someone play this game called 12 Minutes. You might actually like it. It's like
I told you to play that.
Where you have to resolve it. Yeah, that's
It's on
right.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, I think I will try that one.
James McAvoy. Willem Dafoe.
Excellent. I'm sick and tired of seeing Hollywood in video games. Moving on.
Sleep Masterclass. Daylight savings.
Okay, this is just a funny fact, okay? Because you started watching this class on sleep. Jess Askin says, Schmendrick, you guys watched The Last Unicorn? We did. We watched it for Pyle's birthday last year. It was really fun. Yeah, that was it. Tiara says there was Uninstall Wizard. It was Uninstall Wizard, which is hilarious.
That's a great wizard.
This is making me want to do the things again. That was fun. Everyone had the points, and you could assign points, and we gave points. I'm gonna do that again.
Let's do it.
Someone remind me. But we'll come up with house names. What was it talking about? Oh yeah, sleep. Did you know? And we found this out that after daylight savings time, and you lose an hour, the rate of heart attacks for that day go up 42%.
It's 26%.
Okay, 26%.
Which is still a lot.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
If you're sentenced via a judge, if it's the day daylight savings time stops, so you lose an hour, you're much more likely to have a harsher sentence.
Yeah.
If you're sentenced for a crime when daylight savings
Right.
time starts, you gain the hour.
Yeah.
You're much more likely to have a lesser sentence.
So, guys, if you're going to get arrested, if you're on trial and your attorney is saying, okay, let's go to trial on this day, and it's the day after daylight savings time ends, tell them no. Say, no, we cannot do a trial that day.
What can we do?
Well,
Emerald says
daylight savings needs to be abolished.
Amen.
It's what we need to do.
Amen. So what do we do to make that happen?
I have no idea.
I think as, we're millennials, we have Zoomers coming up. It's a whole new generation
Right.
that does not work on farms.
Right.
What do we got to do to
I
stop
have
this
no
from
idea.
happening?
Petition.
End daylight savings time.
We have to have a
We
big
need to end it.
And yes. Someone should, Duncan says we need to move to a Stardate system. Would that get rid of time zones as well? Those pesky time zones? No.
Well, I mean, how do you tell time if not for time zones?
No. How about it be daylight for everybody everywhere at the same time?
That's if the Earth was,
That's what. Why do they not believe that?
I don't.
Why do flat earthers not believe
Because
it would be daylight for every single person?
Holy crap!
What happened?
That is a stanky dank.
Ugh.
Can I have the fan? I need the fan.
Oh, Luna's terrible. Okay, Tiara says daylight savings is really for people like me in the UK who don't want to spend all of our time outside of work, school, and eternal darkness. That's true. There is the whole it gets darker earlier thing. Right. I like it being darker later. I'd rather be darker later.
Doesn't matter to me. I'd rather not have my sleep schedule messed with. It's so delicate. It is so delicate. It just ruins me every time it changes.
Yeah.
Give me
I'm a great
darkness.
sleeper.
Bring on the eternal darkness. That's what I say.
Okay, that is sleep. What's next?
Bishop says there is the bottom side of the earth, Flex.
They don't believe that the earth like shifts upside down.
Yeah, no, I think gravity only goes, for flat earthers, gravity only goes down.
Yeah.
And the sun is like, it rotates around the disk.
Duncan says, I saw this video where flat earther researchers bought a pricey gyroscope, but they are investigating an issue where it moves about 15 degrees per hour. What does
Yeah,
that
because
mean?
it basically, the flat earthers are getting smarter. So they're like, I'm going to prove the earth is flat with science. And they go off and buy these like scientific instruments.
Yeah.
And then they find out the earth is round. And they're like, well, the instrument must be broken.
That's sad.
They must have messed with the instrument.
For them to spend so much of their time to do this, it's pathetic.
It's really pathetic. Even
Okay,
if the earth was flat,
Yeah,
what a waste of time.
know.
What a waste of freaking time.
absolutely. They don't want to do anything important. Okay, so that's sleep. Is that it?
That's the list.
Really?
That's the list.
I feel like there was something else to talk about.
We'll talk about Bayonetta 3 some more. I'm hyped for Bayonetta 3.
I guess that's it. Okay, well, there's nothing else to talk about. I don't have anything else to discuss.
No.
We're going to go play games after this. Maybe.
Maybe.
I set up a game night.
Nice.
Guess that's it, right? Does anyone else have anything they want us to talk about? I thought there was more I wanted to say, but I can't remember anymore.
We knocked some things off the list.
Like what?
Kansas City Confidential.
Nah.
Just kick that to the curb. Just peace. Later, Kansas City.
Yeah, what else was there to talk about? I think that's it. Oh, Just Asking says, that banana in the toilet story was the funniest thing I've ever heard. Oh my gosh, you remember that? Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a Kite Tails classic.
I probably had some sort of level of malnutrition as a kid.
I definitely did.
I was really, because I would not eat my food.
Yeah, I mean, my parents just weren't good cooks.
My
Still
mom was
aren't.
a good cook. I did not want to eat my food. You know?
Yeah.
I was picky. I was so picky, my mom said I was going to put her in an insane asylum.
Well, your mom's a good cook.
Yeah, my mom's really good.
My mom would cook these roast beef pucks that would be like a brownish green when it was done.
That's terrible.
And it was just like, it had that, I love a fat on the meat, but for whatever reason, it just tasted like plastic. And I would gag eating this meat. And they would be so upset with me, like, oh, doesn't like this feel. Like, this is terrible.
That's
Like,
awful.
even thinking back on it now, it makes me sick. And like, the quality of meat you get at McDonald's was better than the quality of meat I was eating in my kitchen growing up. So,
That's horrific.
yeah.
No, I was very lucky my mom made all of our food. I mean, we never had takeout anything. But I was just picky. Anyways, what's this Warhammer story? Also, Bishop says, I understand your mom. What are you talking about? Her wanting to go to the insane asylum because of me? Is that what you're talking about? Just asking says, Flex got a Warhammer stuck in his throat.
It wasn't a Warhammer. It was a warhead.
A warhead?
But close. Very close.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's the day I thought I was going to die. That's the closest I've ever been to death.
I've almost died 3 times.
I've just once with a warhead.
I've almost died 3 times.
Name the first time.
The first time was when I was taking violin lessons, and my teacher, and so my brother and I were going to go over to her house, and for whatever reason, my mom canceled that day, or she rescheduled that day, so we didn't go. And we usually had lessons in her living room area. And that day, a big tree branch had fallen and broke and went right into the living room area at the time we would have been having our lessons. Time number 1. Second time, I was in the Netherlands and I was walking on the tracks and I didn't realize they were the tracks. And my dad said, hey, get off those. And the second I got off, a train whizzed by.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's very scary.
Yep. I know.
And the
Second
third time?
The third time I was driving and it was wet and I lost control of my car and it went across 4 lanes. I hit the little thing.
I remember that.
and then I went this way. It was very scary.
That's very scary.
Yeah. And there was a big semi just flew by as soon as I got over there.
That is terrifying.
So that's the third time I almost died.
My story sucks by comparison because it's kind of pathetic. Also,
No,
I have a story
Look up choking though.
that I
How many
forgot
people...
to tell you.
What's that?
Should I tell a warhead story or should I?
Tell the other story.
Long story short, I choked on a warhead and nearly died and had to self-Heimlich to get it out because warheads constrict your throat.
Yeah.
Don't pop warheads. Put them in your mouth like a normal human
Yeah.
being. Also do it when other people are around, just in case.
Right.
I meant to tell you this. A few nights ago,
Yeah?
get up from sleep. Use the old bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, midnight pee. I go to the bathroom, and then when I am coming back from the bathroom, I'm gonna describe something, and I'm not gonna scare you. I don't know what it was.
What is it?
And I was, I'd just woken up, so it could have been just some delirious
Yeah.
sleep thing. But I literally walked into a shadow version of myself.
That's scary.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Because I totally forgot. Until right now.
How is that even possible?
Because we're talking about death.
How is that even possible? What
So
do you mean?
here was the weird thing. The path from the bathroom to the bed. It was like I was almost walking into a mirror because it was me with the same function as me walking back.
That's
but
scary.
it was like a shadow, like you see in a video game where
Yeah.
it's just like a shadow outline of a character. It was that, and I wasn't freaked out at all. Like I kind of walked through it, and then I realized what happened, and I looked back and it was gone.
That's creepy.
But it was me, same height, same size,
Wow.
same gait, everything.
Are we sure it wasn't a person in the house?
No, I walked through it.
That's
It was a
creepy.
temporal entity.
Okay, the other night I looked in the mirror. For a glimpse, I saw a very tall figure, all in white, in the mirror. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw something in the mirror and I'm too freaked out to look again, so I'm going to look away. And Duncan says I saw this on The Last Jedi.
Duffman says this is the plot of Nier. I am the world ender.
Also, we're going to a seance on October 23rd, and I'm having doubts about this. I'm not sure if I want to go to the seance, especially because they lock you in there, and it's 2 hours long.
Bring it on.
And I'm thinking, you know what?
I don't believe in this stuff.
I do.
I don't believe in it.
It exists.
I believe that human beings
definitely
can.
a spirit realm.
I believe that human beings can absolutely
ghosts.
influence what they see, think, feel. We are so.
King Saul saw the ghost of Elijah.
Yeah.
There's so many ghosts in the Bible.
Are they ghosts though?
They're spirits and they're ghosts. And even he said, why did you bring me here? So I don't know if I want to do this seance thing. TR says you have to be sick in the head to do that to people. Oh, to scare people? Because I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a theatric. It's going to be like a live. It's going to be like a dinner performance, right? That's what in my mind I'm thinking.
No, these people are legit.
They're gonna shake
We're
the
going-
table.
we're going to a
The lights
place-
are gonna flicker off.
That is actually considered as the spiritual capital of the Southeast.
It's a spiritualist camp.
It was
I'm
featured
having
on an
doubts
album
about this though.
of
I'm having
Bright
doubts.
Eyes, actually. The musician Bright Eyes did like a
Yeah.
album about where we're going.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Creepy.
That's how I found out about
I'm
it.
having doubts about it.
I'm
but
not.
I
I'm down to clown.
want to go. I just want to see what it is.
But see, here's my thought. If maybe that thing that I ran into was just like an after image of me temporally, because we understand the elements, we understand space, we understand chemistry, biology, microbiology, quarks, atoms. But the one thing we can't quantify or really understand is time.
Yeah.
Even if you think about the
That's true.
concept of time, that in itself is something ungraspable. It could have just been an after image of time. That's my thought on ghosts. Ghosts are just
scary.
time being stupid.
We don't know that. TR says run seances and pretend to talk to people's loved ones. Psychopaths here. I agree that there are the people who prey on people like that, which is terrible. Because you're using someone's faith and belief and their what's it called when someone's like in a they're not gullible, their willingness to believe.
Right.
I don't
Influential.
know the word. I don't know. That's not the word. But there are some people who I believe suggestible. These are all synonyms for it, but it's not the right word. I'll think of it. But I was with a client once. I was sitting down at a table with a client, totally out of nowhere. She says, I see your grandmother standing right behind you. And she says, I'm sorry, this never happens. It's only happened a couple times, and I don't know why it's happening with you. But she says hello. And it was totally out of nowhere. She's like, I'm so sorry. Let's just continue like signing this paperwork. So what do you think about that?
I think people believe what they want to believe.
No, I feel like she legit saw something or she felt something. Some people are attuned to that. Some people absolutely do have a sixth sense or they've had moments like this. Anyways.
Maybe she felt it through a radio frequency.
No, I don't think so.
See, that's the thing is I think all of this is, I think there is truth to everything, but we can't accept it for what we think it is because we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. You don't know which part of your brain can see stuff and which part don't. Ninja says, what did she just watch as a sixth sense? No, it was just, she was just a client. And it was just, we were signing her documents and stuff. Tiara says, maybe she was a narcissist and wanted attention. No, she was just like this little old lady. And she seemed really embarrassed for bringing it. She's like, this never happens. I'm sorry. I just saw her there. And she just says, hi. I took it. I told her thank you. And I said, tell her I said hi back. So I believe it. And I'm going to the seance. The end.
I'll be there too. I can't wait.
So we'll report how the seance goes. Gabriel says, how does she know your grandmother? She doesn't. It was, I've never met this woman before. It was just a one-time thing. I was just signing her paperwork. She came into the office and it just happened. And I thought it was very genuine and interesting.
It is interesting.
Okay, now we're going to go play some games.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Good stream, guys.
Excellent.
Duffin says, enjoy your new powers. Thank you. I hope so. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Voila.
Voila.
Someone has to turn off.
Someone will turn off the stream.
You go turn off.
I'm doing it with my mind. Hold on.
Just go turn it off. Or I'll go turn it off.